Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Spurs Around the World, where we'll be hearing from international fans talking about the game. Everton 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2. If you'd like to get involved in a future episode, please do send me an email, tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com.
Training from Sydney, Chris. Another woeful performance. Probably the worst of the season. Definitely the first half, obviously. I think the first time today, the body language is the main thing that was different today than it has been. I feel like proportion of that squad today have checked out, and I think the reasons for that would be very interesting to know, because I think it's up for debate on if Ange is the full cause of players not wanting to play for him anymore. I think he's partly to blame. I think the main thing for me with Ange is, you could call it arrogance, but I don't think he's planned his job security very well. By that I mean, probably ticking off the signing off of a lot of, young, precocious talents that, could possibly be extremely valuable players in a few years. But the problem is they're not valuable players yet because they're just too young and inexperienced. And you could throw one or two in the mix, but when you've got 4 or 5, 17, 18-year-olds playing on the pitch at one time, there's no chance for a team to have any leadership or cohesion. And I think that could be partly pinned on Ange, having no sort of, not foreshadowing his job very well back at the beginning, and, thinking about the immediate short term, more thinking a medium term, long term approach. And that's no good if you're not there, to reap the benefits or the rewards from it. So I think today's worrying because it's the first time I've really seen players that are just basically checked out. I don't know what we do from here in the short term. Sacking the manager will just put us into deeper shit. I think we've just got to ride it out, and I think hope for a miracle more than anything. Thanks.
Hi Chris, Jim Brentar here from the USA. And that one kind of hurt a lot. I'm kind of glad Ange decided to tinker with the formation a little, allowing both Gray and Porro to get forward at times, at other times letting Spence get forward and having someone else drop back. Only problem is it didn't work. The goals we conceded today were not conceded due to bad strategy. They were conceded due to plain old-fashioned bad defense. On that first goal, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had 3 people between him and the goal. Gray, Dragusin, and Davis were all there. Not a single one of them was able to stop him from getting that shot off. It's just poor defense, not poor strategy. The second goal we conceded, Radu Dragusin has to pick up that guy sooner. He didn't really pick him up until he already got to the penalty area, and that's too late. And on the third goal, even though they've been playing together a lot recently, there's a miscommunication between Dragusin and Gray. Neither one is sure who should clear that ball. If Radu were Romero or Van de Ven, they wouldn't have hesitated. That ball would have been cleared. You know, the rules of good defense are very basic. You know them, I know them. Block every shot, block every cross, deny any pass into a dangerous area. Know who did that today for most of the game? Everton. Up until late in the game, they blocked every single shot, every single cross. We went for like a half hour in the second half without getting a shot on goal. When it came to a shot that they didn't block and was on target from Kulusevski, it was a goal. When it came to a cross from Moore that they didn't block, it was a goal for Richarlison. Other than that, they played defense the way you're supposed to, and we did not. That was the problem, just plain old-fashioned poor defense. Richarlison is an excellent player. He showed it today. If he gets a chance to play, he's going to score more goals. I hope he gets that chance. One really bad thing is at the end of the game, Spence looked like he was limping. That's not good. We don't need more injuries. And finally, Ange ball relies on the press to create turnovers. Our press was not creating turnovers today. It was like we weren't even getting anywhere near the ball. It's not the strategy, it's just that we were not pressing effectively. We were a little slow, we were a little tired, and that's the story. I'm still hopeful. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey Chris, 16 from Denmark here. I thought we played very bad in the first half today. It was a little bit better in the second half, but we deserved to lose today. And hopefully we can win our next games. And my man of the match today was Dejan Kulusevski, as usual. Come on, you Spurs.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Soloff. I'm a Spurs season ticket holder from Loughton in Essex. Everton 3, Tottenham 2. Where do we start? I mean, shambolic really, particularly that first half was as bad as it gets. Probably the worst performance of Postecoglou's tenure maybe. I mean, just shambolic. We're playing Everton Football Club, a team that struggled to score goals, have done all season. And they look like this could score every attack. I mean, they got 3 goals in that first half. First time they've done that at home for 7-8 years. They could have had 5 or 6. Kinski made a couple of good stops in that first half. We're just too easy to play against. How many times this season have we been open and looked like we could concede every attack? It's just shambolic. Lack of organisation, lack of leadership on the pitch. We have got some young players on there. Of course, Graham Bergvall played a lot of football, only 18. Dragusin, we forget, is only 22. So there is a lack of experience there, but even so, you can blame injuries, and we've lost more with Johnson and Solanke. That's a blow. You can't quite believe the luck we've had really with injuries. It's unbelievable. I've never really seen the like, but even so, there's still players out there that good players, good top quality international players that are just not performing, that are hiding, that are going missing in big games, and that's unacceptable, I think. And too often we've just not turned up, and the fans, travelling fans that pay that money, they deserve more. Yes, we had a couple of moments in that first half. Son went through, but it took too long. He was too slow, couldn't get the shot away. Another chance for Son fell in the box where kind of in his prime, if he was in form, he'd smash that in the corner, but didn't get hold of it really. It was too close to Pickford. But other than that, I mean, we were 3-0 down at half time. We could have been 5 or 6 down. Second half, again, wasn't a lot better really. We put a few good moves together, I suppose, and Mikey Moore came on and he tried his best, but again, as another young player that we're relying on to come on and make a difference. That's how many players we're missing, and yeah, he played a part in the first goal. Great finish by Kulusevski, who was still, despite the terrible form we've been in and poor performance after poor performance, Kulusevski still is a shining light. I think he's been fantastic, one of the best players in the Premier League. Great finish from him to get one back, and then in stoppage time, fantastic cross by Mikey Moore, and Richarlison against his old club scored, but that was too little too late. The game was already done, and 3-2 flattered Tottenham. You know, we deserved to lose by 4 or 5 goals today. As I said, if it wasn't for Kinski making a couple of good saves, it would have been worse. And where do we go from here? I mean, we're playing the same players over and over again. They look tired. We simply haven't got the bodies to rotate. So here we are now with only a week and a bit left of the January transfer window. We've still not brought in an outfield player. I mean, what's happening there? I know January's hard, difficult window for signings, but we need extra bodies. We really do, because we're in a tough spot here, and we're on 24 points after 22 games. We still need 4 or 5 wins to be safe of relegation. I mean, unbelievable that we're even contemplating putting Tottenham and relegation in the same sentence, but that's where we are, and we're playing the same players who are just being run into the ground, and we're picking up more and more injuries. So tough time to be a Spurs fan, but there you go. We move on. Europa League on Thursday night in Hoffenheim, and that's big because we want to finish in that top 8 and not have to play an extra 2-legged tie. So on we go to Hoffenheim. We'll see what happens.
Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to appear on a future episode of Spurs Around the World and you are an international fan, please do send me an email. It is tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com. Have a great week. Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you.